Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Today marks day 53 of our 100% playthrough of Breath of the Wild without using any guides, and also going above and beyond what the normal 100% would be. I think we are over 500 Korok seeds now, so we're getting the home stretch, I guess you could say. We still have a lot of Korok seeds to find, but we still also have side quests and armor to upgrade. So there's still plenty of things we can do. And we still also have the last... We will also have the last sword trial to do eventually at some point. Maybe when we find all the shrines, that would be a good time to try to tackle the final sword trial, but we shall see. But yeah, so we're at 507 Korok seeds, 117 shrines, and 80 side quests. So we still have 10 side quests left, 3 shrines left, but we also have 4 shrine quests to find. So obviously one of those shrine quests has already been completed. We just have to activate the quest. So will I beat it? Will I 100% this game before the end of 2022? Probably not. Or before the 1-year anniversary of this series, or before Tears of the Kingdom release. Well, we're way past the 1-year anniversary of this game. Oh, you mean 1 year? Beating this game in a year? I have no idea when I started playing. I'd have to look back to see when I actually started doing the playthrough. But my plan is to hopefully have this done before Tears of the Kingdom is released. If that's the case, then we can jump right into Tears of the Kingdom when the game comes out, which I'm hoping we'll be able to do. Alright, so we've got some places we can visit. We have not done much around this particular area. So we can go to some landmark areas. Like these trees here, the little hill trees. So, and then just kind of work our way up the Lanayru Heights. And the Trotter's Downfall. This whole area right here. So we can try to find a bunch of Koroks this side of the map. I'm doing all right, Clifford. How are you doing? Also, Axe Darby, welcome on into the stream as well. So let's start marking the map on some places that we can visit based on... Can go up to the Trotters. Alright, so this clump of trees probably won't give us anything, but at least can make our way there and see for sure. We also have to get all of the stone talus. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Welcome on in. We still have stone talus to find. We've got Hinox to find. So... Alright, so it's either going to be a nut that we have to shoot. Possibly a stone. There's no nut there. Could be a Korok glimmer that's just kind of going around everywhere. Okay, so it's obviously not... The Korok is not... Well, I thought it wasn't over here, but I guess it could be. Let's take a look up here. See if it's in this tree, maybe. It looks like it's in this tree. Alright. I'm going to also make sure that... We're going to go back... I'm going to go back over to the other side of the trees to make sure there's no other Korok in this area. So we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna go around the water a little bit here. You guys will be happy to know that after today's progress of the Korok why do I want to keep saying Korok? After today's progress of the cross stitch, I have surpassed 20,000 stitches now. Alright, it's a good thing I came over here to check and see if there's another Korok somewhere. Nice. Okay, we don't have any regular arrows. That kind of stinks. Oh, we got one. Well, that one's going fast, though. There we go. Alright, another one. Go sleep before the storm start. Alrighty, have a good night, Clifford. Thanks for stopping in for just a tad. Just for a little bit. Alright, let's try and see if... Make sure there's no other Koroks in this area. Before we move on to the next spot. So, now we can go down to the blue marker. There's a bunch of trees down this way. So far we've, what, found 3 Korok seeds for the evening? Alright, we're gonna make our way over to the yellow marker. We don't necessarily need to worry about too much food, even though there's a lot of animals. There's a lot of animals in this area, which we could try to get a lot of food and such, but like we've got a lot of meat already. Alright, we got a Korok there already. So yeah, I know we've already traveled, like we've already covered this part of the land. Now we're gonna head over to these trees here, which will probably yield another Korok, hopefully. Maybe from that really tall tree, possibly. Look at that. Easy peasy. Alright, now we're going to head over to this mound. Before we head over to the next marker, we're going to climb up this mountain here just to see if there is anything up top here. There could be a Korok on top here, but most likely there's nothing up here. Yep, we're on a roll. That's what we need. Like, I need to be on a roll where we're just getting Korok seed after Korok seed after Korok seed, so that, like, within the 2.5 hours that I stream, we're just finding nothing but Korok seeds, so that I can get, like, upwards to, like, 30 or so Korok seeds in one go. Otherwise, like, we'll be here, like, forever trying to get Korok seeds if I'm getting only, like, 20 to 25 per stream. Obviously, that means I'm limiting myself on what all we accomplish during the stream, I guess, but... Oh, there's a Hinox up here, too. Okay, there's another Hinox. We're going to mark it off the list. Get the Hinox, and then we'll see if there's a Korok anywhere in near here. Alright. Easy peasy is all I gotta say. Plus we're getting, like, all this, like, royal gear, which is kind of cool. Assuming there is no Korok in this area. There could be one up here in the trees in this particular area, I guess. Ultimately, we're gonna have to scour the whole map anyway to the different areas that we haven't tried to explore, so it's always the possibility that we're gonna miss something. Hopefully we don't, but there could be a Korok up top of that mountain right there. I would have thought that my mask, the indicator for the mask, would have gone off, but you never know. Maybe not. Nope. There's 2 trees all on their lonesome over there, so that seems suspicious. That it's very suspicious that you have 2 trees over here that, I don't know, it just seems very suspicious. Alright, so where do we want to go now? Obviously, we should probably come over here because there's a Lionel over here. So we probably want to take on the Lionel. I wouldn't mind climbing up the mountainside and just kind of covering this whole area too. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't be I mean, yeah, let's do that. Let's climb up the hill. Let's climb up this thing right here. I'm sure on the top of the mountain here, there's going to probably be 1 or 2 Korok seeds. Maybe we'll go visit Kilton. We'll go visit Kilton tonight to find out how many more Hinox we need to find. Sometimes it just makes me wonder why, like, why can't you just find Korok seeds, like, everywhere? Considering there's supposed to be, what, 900 of them? So you would think that there would be, like, no matter where you go, you would think you would find one. There's a fox all the way at the top of the mountain here. Alright, there's the Lionel.
Fury is ready.
So we'll definitely come back there. But we're just gonna run along the peak of the mountainside here in hopes that we find a Korok all the way up here. Seems like a perfect place to have a Korok, you know. At the very least, we get some ore. There's a whole lot of ore right there. No, I don't want to do that. We need the ore for, yeah, we need the ore. Wow. If we kill them, we got them all. I'm really surprised that we're not actually finding any Koroks at the top of the mountain here. That doesn't mean that there isn't, like, some lower, like, further down. Because if they are further down, then they're just out of the range of the Korok mask, which is sad, but... Got this big open field at the top of the mountain too, which seems like perfect place for something, at least. Okay. We got something going on here. Looks like we gotta move the boulder. Looks like we gotta roll the boulder over to here. In the hole. Bum. Another Korok! Woo! Nice. Alright. Another Korok found. Just keep on going this way. Looks like there might be another one over here somewhere. Oh, okay. Hold on. We gotta... The Ferosh is, Is that the dragon that we need? That's Nadra. I don't know if we need anything from Nadra. Another Korok. Bada-bada-bada-bum. Okay, where did my... I was like, where did my weapon go? That's not good. I lost my weapon. Oh, stop it. Where are you at? OBKB. So let's go over here. Then we can travel through the path through here, because we haven't done anything down there before. Hello, Hyper OG Rokuyan. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nice to meet you as well. Hey, Murphy. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Renee, hello. Sadistic Peach and Eslo. How are you all doing this fine Monday evening? We've been hunting for all the Koroks. We found a bunch so far. So, we've been doing alright. We've been just been chilling out, relaxing. I'm doing good, Murphy. Glad to hear you're doing alright. What were you doing on your channel this evening? Yep. I mean, we're at, let's see. We're at 512. So I got 5 Koroks today already. We got 5 Korok seeds. We also found, a Hinox that we had not taken down before. Yeah, so we're slowly making progress. Can't complain about the progress, though. 4 more days, and it comes out. I mean, at this point, they should just release the game early. Like, I don't know why they can't just release it early at this point and just be like, bah. Stores already have it, I'm sure, and it's like, they might as well just do it just to... This is like, whatever, I'm just gonna release it, and then there's nothing you can do about it. I bet you there's something on top there. We're gonna go up there and see if there's another Korok up top. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. There has to be a Korok up there. And flint. And at this point, we have, like, all our weaponry has become, like, the royal armor, like the royal type weaponry, because that's what all the Hinox have around their necks now, is the royal stuff. Orders processing for delivery, so I might get it early. Show the developer who's boss. I mean, it's more or less show Helena Taylor who's boss. Not really the developers. At this point, that's why I was saying, like, might as well just, like, Platinum Games should just say, just release the game at this point. Like, there's no point in just holding the game back to the actual release day. Just get it over with. Okay, so what is he gonna want? Bananas? Or an apple? I'm guessing because it's the Yiga symbol thing, it's gonna be bananas. Hey Enzer, how you doing? Welcome on in. Actually, Nintendo that does that, not Platinum. Oh, because Nintendo's the distributor, I guess. That's right. Well, that's not the right thing, so let's do an apple. Okay. How's the beard been? The beard has been fine. My beard has been totally fine. I'm happy that I'm not worried about Bayonetta. I'm not worried about it either. I just find it fascinating that somebody would try to boycott the game just because she couldn't get the role, or they couldn't come to an agreement on compensation, so they decided to go with somebody else. Simple as that. It happens all the time. I don't see actors getting butthurt because they get passed up for roles in a movie. They just move on to the next role. How are you doing, Awesome Possum? Hope all is well with you. Now, okay, is this guy gonna be a Yiga guy? About a year ago, I was walking along the road here at night when I suddenly saw a blinding light in the sky. My eyes finally adjusted. I found myself looking at a shimmering object floating overhead. Couldn't look away. The next thing I knew, I was bathed in light. When I came to, I woke up in bed covered in sweat. What do you think about that? Sounds like a dream. At first I thought it was just a bad dream, but the bed I woke up in wasn't my bed. It was a bed full of liquid in an empty room, and when I looked in the corner, there was a weird glowing device, and when I touched the device, I was overwhelmed with a feeling of familiarity. When I came to, I was here. What do you think about that? It's, does that story sound familiar, Hylian Champion? Yeah, of course. Of course. After all of that. Oh, stop it already. I saw something about that weird. I'd imagine that it's a bit tougher for voice actors for video games to have that type of pull. You need to have, you gotta have the catalog of work to have that kind of pull. The story is the voice actress was only offered 4K for the role. In any case, it's a pure insult, but new sources have been saying, you haven't seen her latest tweet escapade, Awesome Possum. She basically admitted to everything that's been floating around on the internet. Yeah, like she's basically any type of career that she was hoping to have in voice acting, she basically killed it with what she was saying. Her latest tirade on Twitter basically proves all of the articles were telling the truth about what she was offered initially. She conveniently omitted the fact that she was offered 10 grand initially, and then supposedly they upped the offer to 15,000, which basically is in line with what the articles said. Just, yeah, I know. Not just voice acting, but yeah, all acting. But I just meant, like, if she had any chance of wanting to do voice acting, she pretty much ruined her shot. Shot herself in the foot? Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's a huge mess, and I feel like maybe once the game is finally released, Platinum will actually say, like, look, this is the documentation that we sent to her verbatim, and then there's no question about it. She can't weasel herself out. I just find it to be a very unusual situation just to begin with. Like, why would 2 weeks before the game comes out, like, why make a big stink about it when she clearly was offered the role probably more than 2 years ago, and then supposedly was offered a cameo role 11 months later, where they were only offering her 4,000 for the cameo role, which the 4,000 was for 1 day of a 4-hour session. So hey, you don't want to take $4,000 for... You don't want to take $4,000 for 4 hours worth of work? I'll take it. Like, that's nuts. Either way, it's just so odd. It was just so odd, and yeah. Oh yeah, for her attacking Jennifer Hale, which Jennifer Hale has nothing to do with it. She can't help that they offered her the work too. I mean, that's just dumb to try to drag her into it as well. Dub rolls are done probably only a few months before the release. The only time you record stuff years behind is if you're... I know, but the original deal was a couple years ago. Like, because they announced, or she said on her own tweet that she was offered well, first off, she said she was only offered $4,000 in total. That was her initial statement, was $4,000 in total. Her latest tweet backpedaled on that and said it was $10,000 was the original offer, and then they changed the offer to $15,000, and it supposedly was for 5 sessions, 5 recording sessions, 4 hours each. Now, of course, if you dive into union rates for voice acting and all that kind of stuff, like audio work, like you'll find out that the $15,000 to $20,000 that they offered her was right around union rate. And based on her previous work, like, I'm sorry, but she doesn't have the work to back up her claims that she should get more money. All she did was Bayonetta. The game was slated for a 2019 release. Yeah, everything got screwed up because of COVID, so... yeah, like, everything. Yeah, she doesn't have the credits to back up her claim of why she should be paid that more than, like, the union rate. I don't care if she's done it before or not. Like, I don't care if she's done the voice before or not. Like, she got the, they gave her the privilege of being the first person they went to for the role. I think it's a case of the fact that they offered her money to do the role, which wasn't going to be a lot of time on her part anyway. You're only talking about 4 hours a week because they probably go in 1 session a week. You know, like 1 session a week at 4 hours a week, and you make 15 to 20K in a month's time for 16 to 20 hours worth of work. Come on now. Like, you can't expect to, like, to me, it seemed like she was just riding on the success of Bayonetta and thinking that she could just cash in on Bayonetta without the need for any other work. Or if she was doing work, it's just stage acting, which is what she also alluded to. She also alluded to the fact that she's just, her primary source of income seems to be stage acting, which we all know that stage actors get paid diddly squat too. So it's like, it's just a huge mess. And got out of hand. And yeah, I mean, she just totally went off the rails. Okay, so there's the Korok there. There's probably more than one Korok somewhere, though. Because she kept saying livable wage, like that's not... I mean, okay, so livable wage to me for voice acting sounds, to me, is like, okay, I get enough money to be able to survive for my next gig. I know this actor Sean Chiplock. He voices Rivali, claims he got paid less for Rivali as a whole compared to 2 lines he did for Detective Pikachu as an announcer. Okay, that's 2 separate things though. To Detective Pikachu the movie or the game? Which one? Because because it's a totally different thing. The only people I know of that make good money voice acting are the ones from The Simpsons. May not relate to Bayonetta's voice acting case, but sometimes it really just depends on the work. And the sad fact is companies will pay less a lot regardless of character relevancy. Yeah. So that's two different things right there. Movies have larger budgets, so they can... A movie will have a much larger budget, so they can pay actors more. Voice acting in a movie versus voice acting in a game are still... Like, voice acting in a game is still not at the caliber of voice acting in a movie. I feel like it's not there it's not there yet. AAA games that require an actor to do motion capture movement, like God of War or any of those types of games, I'm almost certain that those people make a lot more money performing in those games than you do if you're just behind a microphone, because they're actually asking you to do more than just voice acting. So, and obviously, like a game like God of War, they obviously pull no punches. Like they brought in like huge talent for God of War as well. Like the main guy that does the voice in God of War, he was one of the main actors in SG1, Stargate SG1. So he's a very accomplished actor. The fact is, she put out video. Yeah, irregardless, yeah, Nadina has it right on the nail. Irregardless of whether people are not getting paid enough or whatnot, she made it sound like it was worse than what it really was. That's the problem here. Not the fact that she got paid a little bit or whatever. She deliberately tried to sabotage a game and lied about it. Under the guise of the fact that I'm not getting paid enough. Very unfortunate about Kratos, though. The original voice actor couldn't return for the newer games because his body mass wasn't fit enough for the motion capture. Well, I didn't know anything about that, but that's wild. That's wild that they would actually put that restriction on somebody when all they're doing is putting a suit on. Like, why does he need to be muscular unless they're expecting him to do stunts in the suit? Maybe? Didn't the Korok mask go off for a split second? If a lot of actors and actresses would budget their income a lot better, they would be a lot better off money-wise. Ain't that the truth? There's so many actors that you hear about how they've done such a poor job money management-wise that, like, they become broke and have no money to show for any of the work that they did when they were famous or whatever. It is known that voice actors don't get paid well enough, especially in games. It does raise some awareness. Yes, but Jennifer Hale was also a big proponent on helping put things in place so that people would get more money. That's another like weird thing of like why it's like, why would Helena go attacking her knowing her history with trying to help the lower end of voice actors, like helping the community, you know? Why attack her like that? Like, that's the weird part of the whole thing. Yeah, she advocated for all sorts of things. I think she also had a hand in helping with like getting the union rates put into place and all of that stuff. Jennifer Hill has a record for actress with most video game roles. Well, yeah, she's famous for all sorts of roles in different video games. But she's also a very accomplished actress, voice actress. Like, she's got so much stuff from TV, movies. Like it's not like she's just some run-of-the-mill person that's just like some random actress or whatever, you know. So I'm sure she got offered more money than what Helena got offered. And we'll never know. We'll never know that. We'll never know what Jennifer Hale got offered to pay for that work. Because she'll never say. She'll never say anything. And that's why it's so important. That's why companies never divulge what people make when it comes to working. And that's why they don't want your employees telling other employees what you make too. Because then you run into the issue of obviously people griping over the fact that they're making less money than other people, even though that person might have been working there for 10 years and someone starts new at a company and expects to get paid the same amount of money as somebody that was there for 10 years. Like, it happens all the time. I heard her recently as a Rivet from the newest Ratchet and Clank game. Yeah, I didn't really look at, like, I didn't see all of her accolades. I just happened to see, like, her listing of, like, 200, like, on IMDb, she's got over 200 items, like, as actress. So it's like, okay. And it's a sad thing that if video games go the route of movies and having to hire higher caliber, well, that sucks. If they have to go the route of hiring top level performers, obviously then the people that are like Helena, they're not going to get the main roles anymore. All the budget's going to go to the higher paid actors and actresses to do the big name roles in video games. And then people that are like Helena, who hardly have any credentials at all, they're the ones that are going to get the smaller voice lines in games for NPCs and all that, you know. I did look it up. Helena's net worth is 90K. Jennifer is 10 mil. Hey Link, how are you doing? Welcome on into the stream. Welcome back. I'm just having a discussion about Bayonetta and all the mess that is. Sorry guys, if I started getting a little passionate about this whole ordeal. Like, I don't mean to, like, get too into the weeds with that kind of drama and stuff. I don't typically talk about that kind of stuff on my streams, but, like, it's just, I at this point, it's like, she needs to be, I don't know, she needs to be accountable for what she said. Instead of acting like she's the victim. And it's like, you're not the victim. You chose not to do the work, you know? But I do apologize if I feel like, if you feel that I'm, like, just harping on it too much. What time is it for me? It's 11:30. 11:30 in the evening for me. Kind of like 10 mil. What is she doing? Because I want to do it myself. It's common knowledge anyways. In the My Little Pony series, most of the main characters, voice actors, got paid a few thousand per session, while Tara got paid tens of thousands because of her bigger resume. But I'm sure that was just at the beginning of My Little Pony. Now I'm sure those actors are not getting paid the same amount. Like, when they start out, obviously when they start out, they don't know how well the show's gonna do. And, like, we gotta remember, if they were paid a few thousand per session, which, based on what I've read, okay, that's actually not bad. Because the sessions are only 4 hours long. Like, we got to remember, they're getting paid a couple $1,000s for 4 hours of work. Like, that is a lot of money. Especially if you're starting out as a voice actor, you know? Like, there's My Little Pony actors, like the people that were in My Little Pony, were all of the other actresses and all of them were accomplished, or was just one of them accomplished? Like, that's the thing. You gotta know that. You gotta know those facts, because, hey, King of the Hills, because if you have 5 people who come in and this is their first voice acting job, they can't expect to make 10 grand per session or whatever, you know. They're going to get the minimum union rate because they're starting out. Now, of course, with My Little Pony as an example, those voice actors are probably getting more money. And also, over long term, My Little Pony is a show that has multiple episodes. So comparing that to a video game isn't fair, because you have a show that runs, what, 20 some episodes? Well, that's going to definitely be like, just, okay, let's just spitball here and say that every episode counts for 1 session. That's 20 sessions. Say they charge you $1,000 an hour and you do 4-hour sessions each session. 4 hours, 20 sessions is what, 80 hours? Times, you just made $8 grand for 80 hours of work. Or no, wait. Did I do that math right? Yeah. 4-hour sessions, and you do 20 sessions, you get $1,000 per hour, which is $4,000. $4,000 times 20, that's 80 grand. You're making 80 grand for 80 hours of work, basically, if I did the math right. No way they do one session per episode. Did you know Mark Hamill only did one session as Firelord Ozai, and that's because Firelord Ozai didn't have many lines in the season in the show at all. You know, like Firelord Ozai wasn't like he was speaking in every episode. Like Firelord Ozai was the most he talked was probably at the end of season 3. Throughout the whole show, throughout all 3 seasons, the most he talked was at the end. And even then, he didn't really talk much. So, yeah, I mean, he could easily do all the lines in 4 hours because there was hardly, like, he probably said no more than 15 minutes total in the show, if I had to guess. At least, I watched the whole show and I don't even remember him talking that much. Tabitha St. Germain Rarity was a part of the original cast as well, and she only did Rarity for the newer show. Oh. There's a tree up there. Sorry. now I'm totally sidetracked. Why does it keep raining here? I'm sorry. I'm getting very overly passionate about this conversation. I hope I'm not upsetting anyone, because it's a good conversation to have, though. But just trying to say, they try to squeeze in as many episodes per season. They got a budget to work with per season, so they can only offer so much. No. I get that. But I mean, like somebody like Mark Hamill, obviously he's probably going to say, like, okay, you have this many lines, and they base it on how many words a lot of times too, is how they determine how many sessions they need, is because they know that you can say a certain amount of words in a certain amount of time, and then they'll also say, like, okay, this 4-hour session will cover this many this many readings, and could potentially include any like rewrites, or like if they have to say it again or whatever, like all of that's included in whatever agreement they have worked out with the voice actor. And going back to Rivali, the voice actor for Rivali, I mean, in all reality, okay, so in the base game in here, he doesn't say much. In the grand scheme of things, he doesn't really actually talk very much in this game. He has like 2 or 3 cutscenes where he might say something. And then in the DLC, maybe he has a little bit more where he's talking in the DLC, because they actually made like a whole section of the DLC all about him, and not just the Divine Beast, where he does most of his talking at the Divine Beast. Terra did 5 voices, which that's very common. If they're going to pay you that much money, Nadina, like if they're going to pay you more money, they're going to expect more from you too. And since they know that she's already an accomplished voice actor and she can get the work done quickly, they're going to charge her. There was also Age of Calamity. So like minimum, Sean did about 3 sessions. I mean, I don't think so, because, well, I guess, yeah, because Bayonetta, there's probably more. In Bayonetta 3, they probably have more voice acting in that game than any of the other Bayonetta games. So that's probably why they originally offered Helena the $15,000, for 5 sessions, for 5 audio sessions. But there's obviously going to be more voice acting in that game for the Bayonetta character than there was for Rivali. Plus, obviously, he's going to get a different quote. He's going to get a different quote for Age of Calamity, since that was a totally different game. So that was a totally separate agreement, probably because he had to talk with whoever for that one too. Tara's other 4 roles in My Little Pony were very minor. I think it's better to make an example like Andrea Libman, because she was actually the voice of 2 main characters in the series. As a casual player, I beat both in less than 24 hours. I don't know how long it would take for them to record the takes for everything and then edit. But again, she's not editing anything. Like, she's not, like, the voice actors aren't editing anything. I mean, if they have to edit their own takes, they're getting paid for the editing too. So, I mean, editing has nothing to do with how much they get paid. If they have a problem with the takes and they re-record. Oh, well, yeah, see, a lot of times the re-recordings and stuff are built into their contract, or the agreements. So, at least that's how we do it. Like, so I do know a little bit about this kind of stuff, because where I work, we deal with voiceover and voice narration, and obviously it's on a smaller scale, but obviously we want to try to be competitive, and we also want to be comparable to the general market, you know. So a lot of the things that we do are going to be similar to what the bigger companies do, because that's what most voice actors or just voiceover talent, they're going to be used to that. They're going to be used to that type of workflow, that type of and so obviously everyone should try to work the same way. And I know that that's how we charge too, is like we'll say like, okay, we need you for like 1 day, and you'd be in the office for 4 hours or whatever, and then we might need you, if we need you to, we would have like a bucket of hours that are optional, that if we needed you for anything outside that initial session, if you would have to come back or whatever, like we would pay you extra to come back out and all of that. ADR, additional dialogue replacement, there where the actor goes in and re-records lines because sometimes development changes and new things are done. Oh yeah, for sure. And obviously that's either going to be, and that's going to either be in the contract, their contract, because it's not something that's not uncommon for that to happen, right? So obviously in the initial contracts they're going to have those stipulations where it's like, oh well, we're going to pay you this amount of money under the understanding that if we have any changes that come up, like maybe they have something, and it's probably depends on, it's all dependent on just what they negotiate, you know. All right, Lionel, let's take you on. All right. He's a tough boy. I see he's a tough boy. I'm gonna end up losing my master sword before he's dead, though. Yep. Okay, what else do I have? Do I have anything worthwhile? There. That's what I was trying to do. Can you imagine how long it would take to beat this guy with sticks? I don't want to. I don't want to know how it... I don't even want to imagine how long it would take. Jeez, man, this guy has a lot of health. Whoa, hello. Woo! Jason Bateman, voice of Nick Wilde. He did a bunch of lines for Zootopia from a different story they were doing, but obviously it never happened. So I had to do a bunch of re-recordings. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's very common when it comes to... I'm sure it's very common. In the movie industry as a whole. Because things change. Plots change. If something's not working in the story, they'll like rewrite whole sections of the movie. So yeah, I mean that's not uncommon. I mean, I would love to know what they paid Mark Hamill to do Joker all the time. Stop running into the trees. Wow. I didn't take damage though. I guess a good thing is that I'll have inventory space for anything that he tries to give me, so... Anything that he drops, I'll be able to pick up because of the fact that my stuff is breaking, so... I'm getting good at the flurry rush, though. That's nice. That was, I took no damage during that. I was surprised. That was a very good attempt. Very good attempt at a Lionel. Oh, look at that. We probably have a new weapon that we never took a picture of before. So... And the bow, we probably never took pictures of that. No, we have that. Savage Lionel. There we go. All right, well, what kind of? Okay, we don't want that. What do we have for shields? I appreciate the conversation though, everybody. Even though I probably was just rambling on way too much about the topic, but I appreciate it. If I upset anyone, I apologize. But I do like having those types of discussions from time to time. There's got to be a Korok over here because... Or a Hinox. Okay. We found another Hinox. Not a Korok, but another... But we found a Hinox. Sure, the pay changed all the time for Mark. He was Joker in numerous forms of media. Sometimes people get royalties from voiceover, so he may have, but it's pretty rare in animation. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, he did what? He did the voice of Joker in like one of the animated series. One of the animated series. He also did it for the Batman Arkham games. Who knows if he did it for any of the other Batman games? Because I don't know if the Batman animated the one there's a because I know there's video games for Batman based on the animated series too. So ouch. Okie dokie. We gotta get rid of a bow. If you did a voice in a commercial, though, you actually get repaid sometimes just for doing nothing because the company may decide to re-air an archived commercial, meaning you gotta repay people too. Oh, well, yeah, because of not necessarily royalties, but it's because of like just based on their contract, I guess, that whenever the commercial gets aired, you get a portion of, I guess, income from it. Again, it all depends on people's contracts, really, right? So now we're in the cold. We're in the cold area now. Okay. So I guess we'll look around the trees in the Nadra snowfield for a little bit. Wonder if he gets start. Oh, I'm sure he does. He might have got screwed out of the first movie for royalties with the first movie, but any movie after that, I'm sure he renegotiated, or at least for anything modern, anything more modern, any of the modern Star Wars movies, I'm sure he got royalties and stuff for that stuff. Joker voice acting was supposed to be a cameo for one episode. That's awesome that he killed it. He just killed the cameo for the one episode, and they ended up keeping him for years. It is contracts in Hollywood, not the same. They say it's not show friends, it's show business. You are what you negotiate. Exactly. Yeah. Because I mean, we've all heard the horror stories of people who say that they got ripped off because they had terrible agents that didn't do a good job with helping negotiate deals and all of that. So, like, we've heard all of those horror stories before. She was the voice of Huey, Dewey, and Louie in the original DuckTales, and they loved her so much that she stayed the voice until her passing. I'm hiring Chadley to do my negotiations for stuff. Why me? I'm not. I don't know enough about that stuff to be your negotiator. Nadina, you would not be very happy with my results, I don't think. Alright, might as well get the luminous stone because we need it for the luminous or the radiant armor, I believe. I'm hiring Chadley for my Foursquare team. Are we gonna go nationwide? Are we gonna go national? King of the Hills? How about Mama Duck then? She can probably smell BS a mile away. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna doubt that. She would be good at that, yes. Okay. That for the reboot DuckTales, though, that was done with new voices. However, she did have one cameo role in an episode that unfortunately was on one of her last roles. I never got into the new DuckTales series, unfortunately. I never watched it. Oh, there's a Korok. I'm not sure if I forgot to press the button, though. I may have forgotten to press the button if we found any Koroks recently. So, okay, so, I say 514. It says that I have 514, so let's do this here. This is how I do it so I can double check whether or not I missed any. Hey, Miss So, how's it going? Welcome on in. Tell her she's hired as my negotiator if I ever need one. What did you have a blast with? Oh, the new series? The new DuckTales series? I don't have Disney Plus anymore, so I can't watch it. And I didn't pay attention. I did not pay attention to what it said. It was 5:15. Hey, Hayden, how you doing? So I'm off by 1, right? Yeah. All right. Not that it matters. I mean, I still haven't gotten around to adding like a miniature version of the counters and stuff, so. Whoa. feel like in the woods here, like I could easily miss a Korok if I'm just not careful. I mean, it's a good thing that we're probably gonna have to look through these woods more than once. We'll come walking through these woods more than once. Once we're down to like the last bit of Korok seeds that are left. Knows where those stairs go. Just wrapping around, looking at all the trees. Explorer's a very obscure character since the 40s, but relevant in the sense they're related to iconic characters. I think we're gonna crash now. I stayed up till 11 last night. Alrighty, Nadina. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the conversation. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully this will be the last we hear of the whole debacle, so... "4 days!" Alright, where we want to go? Probably over here. Because, like, I could travel over here and then just, like, slowly make my way around to these trees here, because I'm sure there's got to be something over here. There might even be something here. And might even be something like over here. Whoops. Might even be something over there. So let's head over to the blue marker. You have an entire duck squad here, so you must know about Donald's big family line. You started the new Dinks. What's that? Very rarely do I get called my Twitch nickname. Oh, Shazane. Also, if you guys want to see what the cross stitch looks like, let me know, because I can take a quick break. Not that we weren't taking a break before. We kind of took a break because we were talking about voice actors and all of that stuff. Bring on the cross stitch. All right. So obviously this picture will be from yesterday's progress, which actually yesterday I got like 725 stitches in on Sunday, so usually Sundays are my bigger days for progress. Today I got like 268 in today, but it's cool because if you're familiar with the actual button that says the move or the type of move, and usually has like a little tiny badge that tells you whether it's like fire, water, dragon, fairy, whatever. So I have like the little dragon badge done too, which you can kind of see in this picture. It's it was started, but here's the latest cross stitch progress. You can kind of see in the bottom in the button where the little dragon badge was, I was starting to fill it in, starting to fill in the purple. Well, now all of that is filled in. The lettering is all filled in too. That's what I've finished this evening, which it looks pretty cool. I could probably hold it up to the camera actually if you guys want to see a close up of just that small little section too. It's not obvious. I have an interest. I have an interest in voiceover, which is why your conversation intrigued you. I mean, I have an interest in voiceover too, because I've done that in the past where like I've tried to do like silly voices for characters that don't normally have a voice. So especially in this game, like all the NPCs like don't really have voices and such. So I've done that in the past where like I'll do like a silly voice or whatever. I haven't done it in a long time though. I should probably get back into it. I'll probably do it for like a newer game. Like since I played this game for so long and so many times, I don't want to have to do the voices every single time that I play it. So here's what here's what the bottom here's what the bottom looks like with the dragon badge filled in. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty clearly. But that's pretty cool, huh? It even has like shadowing and stuff. Yep. Yeah, this is all cross stitched. Awesome possum. This is what I do on my Twitch channel. I do cross stitching on my Twitch channel, and I cross stitch it live. All of this that you see in this image is cross stitch. So there's no other types of stitching involved. It's just making a bunch of X's. The pattern, I created the pattern myself. So this is the end result. This is what it's, well, that's kind of weird, but this is the end result for the whole project. So obviously you can see what I've finished and what I haven't finished. But yeah, so it's going to take me a while to get it done, but we're slowly getting there. I think I'm about 9% done with counting both screens. Not counting the stitches on the outside, but if you just count the stitches for the top screen and the bottom screen, I think my current progress is about 9% complete. So yeah. It's looking awesome. I'm happy with how it's turning out. Nigel seems to be happy that I'm making that for Sir Nigel, so he seems pretty happy with the progress thus far. So granted, this is nothing like what he asked me to do. This is kind of like above and beyond what he was expecting. So he did not expect me to go to this length of detail and time consuming project or whatever, but I can't do small projects. I can only do large projects. Awesome Possum, have you seen my first project that I did? I'm sure you've seen me share that before, but maybe not. Maybe not. If you haven't seen my first project, I will show you that real quick too, because I can pull that up pretty quickly as well. I have a finished... Actually, you can kind of see it hanging on the wall behind me, so... The splint. Alright, so... I'm thinking it's probably up further. Yep. Definitely here. Alright, let's make this fire go a little bit faster. Whoops. There we go. Melt it really fast. Gonna press the button before I get the Korok so I don't forget. This will put us at 516. I don't remember exactly what we started with. I think it was like 504 or something. I don't remember. Things have kind of slowed down since we were chit-chatting about all the things. Alright, no Korok here. What are your thoughts on Genshin? It's just... I know Breath of the Wild has been compared to that game a bunch. So, I have not played Genshin Impact. I haven't really watched much of Genshin Impact either. So, I don't really have an opinion about the game. I know there's a lot of people that have said that, though. And have compared it to Breath of the Wild like that. But I feel like it is also, what, a free-to-play game, so you also have all the gacha stuff, all the microtransaction stuff, right? So... Okay, keep looking at the woods. Have you played it, Awesome Possum? Do you have thoughts on the game? Excuse me. I got a little bit of my stomach's. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know if you would say it was not heartburn. It's like my stomach's kind of not right. I don't know what you would call it. Like almost like a tummy ache, but not real. Like I'm assuming that's the best, or like gas maybe. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. Okay, so if I use a fire weapon, do I get... Yeah, I do get all their stuff. Alright, cool. Well, that was not it. Okay. I needed that, though. I needed the rock. Come here, rock. You can't count how many times you've fallen asleep walking across the map. I have done that a couple times. Before I think it was before I streamed. Can follow along with updates and story alongside everyone else. It's a pretty fun game. Playing it for free is certainly a benefit, and the world building is also an interesting factor since you can follow along with updates and story alongside everyone else. I mean, it's basically the Breath of the Wild style World of Warcraft, though, isn't it? Pretty much at the core of what it is. It's just World of Warcraft, but Breath of the Wild style. Because it's just the same type of game with updates and just constantly evolving the story. What are you trying to do? Trying to scare me. What the heck, man? Make our way up to green. I'd say the combat and leveling up are pretty different. I will say, though, boss fighting is certainly similar, and of course, they both got their own world stories. Maybe at some point I'll try it. I just like those types of games that like I have to devote all my time to it, basically. And obviously I'm devoting all my time to Breath of the Wild right now, but I just don't know if I can devote a lot of time to another game. I think I do need the ice Lizalfos stuff, though. Oh, he's not a nice guy. Nice. He was not an ice Lizalfos. He was just a normal boy.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Alrighty then. So this looks like it's the normal pathway to climb up the mountain. No Korok seed. We'll just go down the mountain, I guess. The Cry dedication is undoubtedly something to consider, because you're going to have to play it for hours on end just to get to where the current update is. I mean, that's with anything, right? Because any game where it's been a long-standing game with updates and all of that stuff, it's like, yeah, it would be a lot to get caught back up. Just trying to think of any other games like that too, because there's plenty of those types of games around. They have different characters using spears, swords, bows, etc., but they all have different skill sets to work with, and you can use 4 characters at once. That kind of looks suspicious there. So I guess we'll just kind of go around the... We'll just go around the edge here. Am I looking forward to any releases in November? I know some big stuff will be out soon. Currently, I think I'm looking forward to... Well, I got Mario and Rabbids, which I know that just came out, so that's been fun. I've been playing that off stream. You just want GoldenEye? There's a Korok right there. That wants me to Does that want me to shield surf? Or can I just make it down there in time? It wants me to shield surf, huh? Yep, it sure wants me to shield surf. Well, that stinks. Now I gotta make my way all the way back up. So they want me to shield surf down the mountain. GoldenEye and Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom won't release till next year anyways. Yeah. I am excited for Tears of the Kingdom. So I do want that game. Hopefully we'll have this game all done and over with by then. Now the question is this the Korok that we already know about? Yeah. Alright. Yay! We did it. I'm still curious to see who from this game, aside from Link and Zelda, of course, will be returning. Or if time has passed between the games, too. I think there's definitely going to be some type of time mechanic. Whether it's us going back in time... I don't know, it's hard to tell. They kind of allude to the fact that you're dealing with different time periods. Where the Link that you see that has longer hair might not be the same Link as the Link that you played in Breath of the Wild. Where you might be playing two different Links. You're playing the Link from the past, 10,000 years ago maybe. And you're also playing the Link from current day as a possibility. I don't know. That's just a theory that I had. Is that you might be playing two different Links. Sean, by the way, is also the voice of Teba and the Great Deku Tree for this game. Oh, cool. Alright, let's head on over to the red marker. There's like a lonely tree, it looks like. Alright, I probably forgot to push a button for the last Korok that I got. If the champions don't return next game, then he may be the only returning voice actor who voiced a deceased champion. Obviously, this place here. That looks like a nice place to go for a Korok seed. I mean, I would think they almost would want to tie into the characters that they had outlined as potential new champions. It is. Yeah, Teba was the one that he helped you with the shooting range, I guess you could call it, where you learn to do bullet time with your bow and arrow, basically. Forward to trying to avoid spoilers next May until I get some time myself with the game, though. Yeah, I'm worried about that too, because if for some reason if I'm not able to play it, if I'm not able to play it right away when it first comes out, then yeah, I'm gonna worry about that. All the spoiler potential. All right. Where do we want to go next? There's like a bunch of places we could go. There's this whole area that we never checked out yet. $5.19, is that what we are at right now? Yes, it is. That's good that I'm staying on top of things. How much of the castle did I explore? a pretty good amount. When I was there to fight Ganon the first time, like, we did a pretty good job of searching the castle. Obviously, there's this small area that I totally missed. And I'm sure there's other Korok seeds that I still need to get in the map area. The problem with this is that you can't use the hero's path really unless you leave the castle. Like you have to memorize basically where I've been. And I could, I guess, take a picture of this. I could take a picture of this from like the Nintendo screenshot and then refer to it as I'm in the castle and stuff. I'll bet that you got the one at the peak of the tower. I believe I did. Yeah, right there. That's definitely the one that's at the peak of the tower. Alright, so we're gonna head over this way. Well, just by the name of this, Talus Plateau, I'm assuming we're gonna find a Talus there. So that's a good sign because we need... Ah, crap. What the heck, man? We need to be able to find... Of course he falls in the water.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
Going this way. We're heading this way. And I might as well look at those ruins over there. Unless I was already at those ruins before. Looks like I might have been. My thoughts on Age of Calamity. I always thought it felt weird because while Tears of the Kingdom is going on, there's another timeline happening at the same time with everyone alive. Yeah, I haven't put a whole lot of time into that game, so I don't know all the nuances of the storyline. Because I know that that's like basically telling us an alternate reality, right? So, because it deals with time travel and stuff, and you basically stop the champions from dying, from what I understand. Or something like that. It's something like that, right? You don't have to tell me because that would probably ruin it for me since I haven't played through the whole thing. What's this rock doing here? Is there a hole somewhere that I don't see? My initial thoughts on the game were that it was going to be the exact events that went down in Breath of the Wild's history. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, when they introduced the whole baby guardian thing, I was like, well, they basically did the same thing they did with the first Hyrule Warriors. Kind of spun it off as their own storyline. Alright, well, we got ourselves a Korok to try to get. Okay, where did you go? Didn't mind it. It's an interesting take, but you're also not being quite faithful when taking such a path with the story. Yeah, like it's faithful up to a certain point, and then it's like, okay, well, you're no longer keeping the story relevant to the actual events that happened because you're diverging from, like, because the presence. Okay, so the whole presence of the little baby guardian, just the fact that that exists means that, one, it also has to exist in this game, or two, it's a completely different, like, story, and it's a different timeline, but you don't know where the timeline diverges from this. Like, obviously, it has to diverge somewhere 100 years ago. It would only make sense that it would diverge 100 years ago, because if the little guy doesn't exist in this game, then the timeline would have split prior to the events of 100 years ago. My take on it is the baby guardian did exist in Breath of the Wild's timeline, but it traveled to a different timeline to ensure they wouldn't meet the same fate. Yeah, but you would still think. That's right, because he actually goes back before. He goes back before all of this happens, right? So he goes back after the first attack on on Hyrule, on the village of Hyrule, right? Kinds of treasures in here. Ouch. He goes back to the moment the champions are killed, and then Link is sent. He goes back the moment the champions were killed, and Link was sent to the healing chamber. Okay. So he would not be. So yeah, it wouldn't exist in this game because it would have traveled back in time before we were even aware of it. So, okay, so I guess that's their way of getting around it then. Because you can't dispute that it doesn't exist. Because we haven't seen anything in any game that would go against what they were trying to do in that game. But as soon as as soon as the robot goes back in time, the Guardian, as soon as the Guardian goes back in time, it's like gonna create a new time split. So all right, where's our Guardian, or where's our Korok? Ta-da! Another Korok seed found. You only use the sledgehammers because of its durability and one hit strength. If I can get around to getting back to a sledgehammer, I would use the sledgehammer. But the fact that we're just kind of exploring, I feel like, I'll just use the Master Sword because the Master Sword is a one hit on the mine, like on the ore too. And then by the time I find more ore, I have my Master Sword back if it breaks, so. Looks like we have a friendly camp up there. That's good. We got some bomb arrows. I wonder if we'll have enough stuff to get more upgrades for our armor. Hello. Woo. Stop it. Stop spitting on me. Stay away. I mean, these guys aren't that strong, so... I'm assuming they're the same level as, like, a blue... bokoblin, I'm guessing. We still have enemies somewhere. Ding, ding, ding. Judgment call sometimes for me with bows. Either I would choose strength and use royal bows, or distance and use Rito. Yeah, I do like the I do like getting the strong bows for Lionel's though. Like getting a 5-shot, getting that 5-shot bow from a Lionel is pretty sweet. But since we're trying to take on all of the Hinox, I'm noticing that I'm getting a lot of the royal equipment because of the fact that that's all they carry now. Every Hinox that we come across, that's all they have is like the royal weaponry and stuff. Okay, that's a shrine quest. Holy cow, we found a shrine. We found a shrine. Yay! I was sure. Okay, let's see if I can remember how I do Cass's voice. Oh, I was sure that I would be alone in so remote a place. Pardon me for not greeting you sooner.
Oh,
Oh, it's you. Although I guess I shouldn't be surprised to see you here. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? I remember this one. This was Cass's Wind Archon quest. Yeah. He breaks the rocks that serve to bind. On wings of cloth and wood entwined, he lands on the altar to open the way. The tempestuous bay from the song could be this very bay. But what sort of wings are made of cloth and wood? Very Scottish, yeah. It's a juicy riddle, but one I may never puzzle out. Take care, and may the light illuminate your path. I may not be doing it exactly the way I used to. As far as the... Okay, this is the one where, like, I have to... Yeah, I have to... bomb stuff. Really hope he returns next game. He was always fun to bump into. Not to mention Ritos can fly, and it looks like the next game will have something to do with the sky. True. Okay, we got a Korok. Almost. Almost first try. There we go. Is this that task where you have to go through certain areas without touching the ground? I think so. It's either that or you have to like go in a certain pathway and then you have to get yourself so that you can fly over there before touching the ground. Like you have to break all of the rocks. Because then the wind will blow in that way. Then you come over here, you break the rocks over there. Okay. Oh, that's right. And then there's another rock formation you have to break. Okay. Now I should be able to do it. Because it's going to shoot me straight over to that, and then I land on it. Ta-da! Alright, well that's good. We got one more shrine knocked off the list. One shrine quest taken care of, one shrine. Once we finish this, obviously. So now we have 2 shrines left after this. 2 shrines, 3 shrine quests to complete. Well, we finished the shrine quest, but now we have to finish the shrine itself. I still have a shrine quest that I need to find where obviously I already completed the shrine. Well, that's easy enough. Cool. Alright. We're going to go after the stone talus, and then I think we're going to wrap up the stream. Alright. Another shrine bites the dust. 118. We got 2 more shrines, and then we can go and get the Armor of the Wild. $523 is where we're at with Korok seeds. That is the correct number, so... Alright. We did get a Korok, but we're gonna travel back over to this side. Go to the yellow marker, and then we'll head over to the green marker where there's a stone talus. I'm almost positive that there's going to be a stone talus there. And we've got boulders everywhere. Just leave me alone. Okay. Sorry, wolves. I didn't mean to scare you. Foxes. Sorry, foxes. Is that all the cast riddles? He might be at Rito Village now. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll go visit Rito Village in a minute. As we make our way over to... Oh. Forgot to push the button. As we make our way over to the stone talus. We'll get the stone talus, then we'll go to Rito Village. And then we'll go to the ferry. Oh, there's a Hinox too. I thought I heard a Hinox. We should probably go to Kilton and see where we are for stuff for Kilton too. All right. Royal weaponry. What do we got for bows? Right. Pretty cool. Alright. Now we're gonna have a Talus. We're gonna be fighting a Talus at some point. That's probably one of the easiest Koroks in the game right there. If there's not a stone talus somewhere here. Like, that's dumb. Why is there no stone talus when you're literally at Talus Plateau? I'm not complaining. I at least got a Hinox out of the deal. Okay. Up here, maybe? There we go. Yeah, it's the irony of it all, yeah. For sure. Alright. We'll go... Oh, wait. Is that that's a stone talus right there, isn't it? Nope. That was a lot of prime meat. Alright. Well... Look at that. Another Lionel. Alright, well, we might as well take on this Lionel, too. Get the Lionel hooves and guts and all the goodies. And then there's probably a Korok there, too. Woohoo! No. Alright, Master Sword. Got him.
Rivali's scale is now ready.
Ha ha! You missed. Come get me. Oh boy. I'm losing weaponry. Oh, hello. Good thing I had that. Got him. Ah, wasn't fast enough. Ah, I canceled it. Canceled it. Not doing enough damage. Not hitting him in the head like I want to. There we go. I think what would be cool is if you could do a flurry rush. If you could do a flurry rush and then pull out a bow and then be able to like do a headshot instead of weapon flurry rush. Like you have a flurry rush that leads into a bow and arrow. I don't think that's how it works, but gotcha. Right in the face. Right in the face. Dang it. What was the first champion village you usually go to first at the start of the game? Usually Mifa. So it would be Zora. That's just because that's like where the story usually leads you. For the most part. The story always wants you to go to the Zora's domain first. In this game, I forget what order I did it in this time. No. Put the bow and arrow away. Mifa, Daruk, Urbosa, and then Rivali. I get Rivali the second. Usually Rivali's my second. Because I use Rivali's Gale a lot. Let's hope there's a Korok seed over here too. Usually the desert is the last one that I do. He's just too like the desert is obviously designed to be the hardest boss out of the 4. Daruk is just that one's just super easy. Well, it looks like there is a Korok. Oh, there's two Koroks on this little island here. Oh. Bada bida bada bum. Another Korok. Easy peasy. Not looking forward to like the last 100 Korok seeds. It's gonna be quite the challenge to find the last 100 without using a guide. Alrighty then. So we said we were gonna go to... The heck? Where did we say we were gonna go to? Oh, Rito Village. To see if Cass is still there, is at Rito Village to tell us that we have all of the Cass shrines finished. Let alone the last 10? Yeah, for sure. We'll see how it is. I may have to bend. I may have to bend and decide that I'll use the guide. At that point, though, it'd be like super hard to see which Korok seeds I'm missing. Well, looks like Cass is all done. So we still have... Still have what? 3... We have 3 shrine quests to find. We have 3 shrine quests to find, and we have 2 more shrines to find. It took you a while before you realized that he had kids. And then we have 9 more... We have 9 more side quests that we don't know about. So... Pretty sure I got all the side quests in this area. positive I did all the side quests in this area.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
Oh, wait. Alright, so the remaining shrine quests are going to be from either villages or just random people on the map or stables. Okie dokie. All right, let's go to let's go to the ferry. We'll make a trip to we'll visit Kilton the next time we play. The best salmon to find in terms of regeneration. Trying to remember if we need hardy salmon for any of for any of the hardware or like for any of the armor upgrades. Another thing that we're doing in this game is making sure that we upgrade all of the armor that can be upgraded. I also already purchased all of the armor that you can purchase in the game. I found all the DLC armor. The only armor that I'm missing is the armor of the wild, like the actual wild set. Also took you ages before you realized you could upgrade the armor. Okay, so that's the last of that. This one's fully upgraded now. Imagine you're surprised after you beat the final boss. Alright, cool. Soldier's armor is all fully upgraded. And that was it. That's all I have. I gotta fight more Lionels, I guess. Because we need it for the Barbarian set, and we need it for some other sets as well. Alrighty then. I think we're gonna call it quits there, guys. Let's see. Where can we travel for next time? So I haven't really done too much exploring over here yet. There's a couple Korok seeds that I have marked on the map. Like we could go and do those 3, I guess. Those will be 3 easy. Those will be 3 easy Korok seeds to get. Also, Gerudo Canyon. over here. There's probably a Korok in the water there. Here too. I've got Koroks marked here. Like, we could just, like, go through and just, like, try to get all the Koroks that I have marked on the map. We'll just start from here. We'll go here, we'll save the game, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be streaming over on Twitch as usual. Gonna be doing cross-stitching over on the Twitch side. Working on trying to fill in the more of the button for Dragon Dance, which was the same button that I showed earlier. So yeah, have a great night, Awesome Possum. It was awesome having you here, hanging out with us. Also, Miss So, good night to you as well. Let's see. We'll go to save. We'll play. I'll be back on YouTube on Wednesday night, so we can definitely get ourselves some more Korok seeds. We did pretty good though. We got 527. I don't know exactly what we started with, but we have 527. If I had to guess, I got about 20 Korok seeds. I blame the fact that we got sidetracked on the reason why I don't have more Korok seeds tonight. But we did find 2 Hinox, and yeah, we found 2 new Hinox that we've never fought before. We found the last Cass shrine quest along with the shrine itself. So yeah, 2 more shrines, 3 more shrine quests, and then that stuff's all done. And then it's just somehow we have like 9 side quests that we have to find somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe like it must be a stable or a village where I just didn't talk to everybody. So, whatever. But have a great night, everybody, and I will see you again Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. And then Thursday, I think I'm going to try to do my double feature Thursday night. Hopefully going to play a PlayStation 3 game before I go to do the cross-stitching stream. So have a great night, everyone. Bye.